Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 3. This book takes a deep dive into all sorts of movable chord shapes. We're on page 67. In this lesson we have an exercise that combines movable dominant 7, minor 7, and major chords. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3 that you can read from and write in, plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. On page 67, we have number R89, this minor 7, dominant 7, and major shapes etude. As you can see, it's just a whole bunch of, well, minor 7s, dominant 7s, and major chords. There are no indications about where you're supposed to play those. That's up to you to decide. I'll show you how I'm going to do it, but we'll talk about some alternatives as well. We begin with a D minor 7. I'm going to play this D minor 7 up at the 10th fret on the 6th string. So that will be with the E minor 7 shape. From there you want to find a close root note for your G minor 7. The closest one is also at the 10th fret. I'm going to play that with the C minor 7 shape, but you could easily play that with the A minor 7 shape. It's really up to you. After that we need to find a nice close C for our C7. That's at the 8th fret, and that will be with the E7 shape. And then we have an F major at the end of this line. We need to find a close F root note. At the 8th fret is the closest one, and you could play that with this A major shape, which is what I'm going to use, but you could also use the C major shape. Either one will work. Now let's say you want to play the same sequence but further down the neck. In that case, you would start with the D root note on the 5th string at the 5th fret, and you could either play the A minor 7 shape from there, or you could play the C minor 7 shape with that same root note. Then you would want to find a close G for your G minor 7. That would be at the 3rd fret on the 6th string using the E minor 7 shape. And then a nice close C for C root note after that for our C7 is there at the 3rd fret also, and that would just be your C7 with the C7 shape. And then F major, there's an F right there at the 1st fret, and that's just that big old major shape. For line 2, let's first go back up the neck where I'm going to be playing this in the demo. We just got done playing an F major at the 8th fret, so we need to find a close G root note for this G minor 7. There's a very close one right here at the 10th fret, and I'm going to use the C minor 7 shape for that. If you're playing up here, you could use the A minor 7 shape, but I'm going to go with C minor 7 shape. Next, a nice close C for our C minor 7, right here at the 8th fret, and that would be with the E minor 7 shape. And then a nice close F for our F7, 8th fret, and I would use the C7 shape for this one. You could use the A7 shape, no problem, but I like the C7 shape quite a bit, so that's what I usually use. And then a nice close B flat root note from there is at the 6th fret on the 6th string, and that will be with the E major shape. Now let's say, just like line 1, you want to play line 2 a little further down the neck. In that case, we have a G right here at the 3rd fret on the 6th string for our G minor 7 with the E minor 7 shape. For the C minor 7, we have a nice close root note also at the 3rd fret on the 5th string. You could play either the A minor 7 shape or the C minor 7 shape. Then we have an F7. There's our F root note at the 1st fret on the 6th string, and for that you could use the E7 shape. And then we have a B flat right down there at the end of the fretboard as well on the 1st fret on the 5th string, and you could use your A shape for that. For the rest of this exercise, you're pretty much going to want to play in the same area of the neck that I'm playing. Otherwise, you're going to end up way too high, or you're just going to run out of frets down here. However, there are going to be some choices within the area that I'm playing, so we'll talk about choices as we go. Line 3, we just got done playing a B flat at the 6th fret, if you're following how I'm playing this. We want to find a nice close C for our C minor 7, and here we go. At the 8th fret on the 6th string, so the E minor 7 shape. Next we have an F minor 7, the closest F to that is also at the 8th fret. I am going to use the C minor 7 shape, but if you prefer, you could use the A minor 7 shape. They both sound just fine. And then the closest B flat for our B flat 7 after that, 6th fret on the 6th string using the E7 shape. And then we have an E flat major. Our E flat note, root note, is there at the 6th fret also, just on the 5th string. I am going to play this A major shape, but if you choose, you could play the C major shape. After that, line 4, we have F minor 7, so we could scoop back up to the 8th fret and play the same F minor 7 you played in the previous line, either as an A minor 7 shape or a C minor 7 shape. I'm going to use the C minor 7 shape. Then B flat minor 7, our closest B flat right there is at the 6th fret on the 6th string, using the E minor 7 shape. E flat 7, our closest E flat is there at the 6th fret. I am going to play the C7 shape for this. You could choose the A7 shape. And then we have an A flat major. The closest one is at the 4th fret on the 6th string, and you play that big old E major shape from there. Line 5, we have a B flat minor 7. You just scoot up 2 frets, play the same B flat minor 7 you played in line 4. E flat minor 7 after that. Our closest root note for E flat is also at the 6th fret on the 5th string. I am going to play the C minor 7 shape. You could play the A minor 7 shape. Then we have an A flat 7. So our A flat, our closest A flat is right there at the 4th fret on the 6th string. You could play the E7 shape from there. And then we have a D flat major. And our closest D flat is at the 4th fret as well on the 5th string. I'm going to play this A major shape, but you could play this C major shape. And then we have a B minor 7. So I'm going to play this B minor 7 at the 7th fret on the 6th string with the E minor 7 shape. Then we have an E minor 7. The closest E to that is also at the 7th fret on the 5th string. I'm going to play the C minor 7 shape. You may have guessed by now that I like this shape quite a bit. But you could play the A minor 7 shape, no problem. And then the closest A for our A7 root note will be at the 5th fret on the 6th string. Play the E7 shape there. And then we have a D major. Our closest D root note is also at the 5th fret on the 5th string this time. I'm going to play this A major shape. You could play the C major shape. And last line, line 7, E minor 7. You could play the same E minor 7 you played in the previous line. And again, I'm going to do that as a C minor 7 shape. You could do the A minor 7 shape. Then we have an A minor 7. Our A root note, closest one is on the 6th string, 5th fret. Play your E minor 7 shape. Then we have a D7. Our closest D root note is on the 5th fret on the 5th string. I'm going to play my favorite 7th chord shape here, the C7 shape. You could play the A7 shape. Either one works great. And then the G major at the end, our closest G, fret 3 on the 6th string. And from there, you play your big old E major shape. Once you're comfortable finding and playing those chords, go ahead and play through the exercise at a nice easy pace with a nice easy strumming pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your assignment is to practice the exercise on page 67. And don't forget to order your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 67. We're going to look at the movable E minor 7 flat 5 shape.